I am wonderful. How are you? Well, I am a female fetish artist myself and have been producing content online for many years. When I first began producing fetish content, I didn't realize it was a thing. I have always really enjoyed the expression and creativity anyway, but to find myself really involved in so many aspects of it, from just creating fun media, but then developing a real understanding of it has been a great journey to be a part of. Prior to that, I always had an interest in kink. I always found myself a little on the naughty side, and as I became older, my interests just grew and grew. It's always fun doing a thing before you actually realize it's a thing. FFF was created as a platform to bring together all those who identify as female in fetish. I've always felt that fetish artists have been shoehorned into pornography, so it's time to shine a bigger light on what we do, and show that we are accessible to a much wider audience. The scene focuses a lot on dominatresses from a femdom or findom background these days. But what about the submissive females? Or the switches? Or the kinky female content creators? Or the females that reside in the LGBTQ+ community, people of color, disabled, deaf and blind communities? They deserve to be heard too, and it is our job to give them all a voice. I've learned that fetish is a journey. I started off being introduced to one fetish, and then my love for the quirky and misunderstood just went from there. I have learned so much from my peers both in person, and on social media. I have been educated many times, even when I haven't asked to be, but I still remain grateful for all the teachings. I've also learned that it's okay to be good at what you do. Whilst some will be negative about your success, that is the minority, no matter how loud you think they might be. There is a very warm and welcoming part of our community that will champion any achievements that you have made. I would describe it in sections, or groups of people actually. One group are the old-school fetishists/BDSMers. These are the ones who still stand by practices and really do their best to educate the newcomers. They might come across a bit holier than thou, but I believe their hearts are in the right place. They are just very protective over what they do. Another group are the newcomers. As we live in a digital age now, most people are discovering their fetishes online more, and less in dungeon environments. Before, BDSM used to be very exclusive. You had to know someone who knows someone else to be able to experience something a little more on the kinky side. Now it is much more accessible to all, and much more people are opening themselves up to new experiences. Overall, I think the culture is great. I have attended many fetish events in my life, and found the scene so welcoming, especially internationally. I think there are always people to help, and even though it may feel a little insular at times, the community is much bigger than we may realize. Our aim at FFF is to do just that. By providing resources and opening up conversations with the world, we can teach people more about us, and they too will discover fetishes of their own. A lot of people don't like what they don't understand, and that's why contributors to the buzz are so important. The writers here can talk about their own experiences. What it was like to go from being a vanilla person, a term we use to call normal people, to a professional dominatrix, or lifestyle dominatrix, or findom, or fetish artist, or submissive, or kinkster, or slave. That's a good question. And why are they called manholes and not women holes? Well, I think they are round because they must be easier to make in the factory. Like using a protractor, it has one setting. If you have to make corners and edges, more detail is required. Plus a man made it, I am assuming, so they went for the easy option. I like being an enigma for now. Plus this really isn't about me. It's about everyone else, and all of us working together. I would love to be remembered as someone who made time for everyone, and that I was just always being myself. I don't know how to be anybody else. And I hope everyone enjoys what we have to bring to the fetish scene.